Joining me now is from our TV team, ET's own Emily Lefkowitz, to talk about Golden Globe TV nominations that we might get tomorrow morning. By the way, ET Live will be live right at 6 a.m. Pacific to break down all the big noms. Emily, thank you so much for being here. I want to dive right in and talk to you about some of the shows that you love and you think could come out swinging this awards season. First of all, Killing Eve. Sandra Oh, she has gotten so much critical acclaim for this show, but what do you think will happen at the Globes?
You know what? The Globes are always a big fan of the new shows. They always go for the new buzzy names. I think Killing Eve will definitely get in there. And I think we'll see a nomination for Sandra Oh. She is such a favorite from Grey's Anatomy and other work she's done. So I think we'll definitely see some love for Sandra and for the show as a whole.
And what about another lovely lady, Julia Roberts, taking to TV for the first time with Amazon Prime's series Homecoming? What could we see?
Julia, I think, is going to get in there. I think Stephen James is going to get in there. I think the show will get in for Best Show. It's a really interesting premise, and the Globes really do favor these big stars. That's why the Globes is one of the best parties, because it has these big names, these big stars. I think we will see Julia walking down that carpet with a nomination for sure for that show. And it's a good show.
Yes, when you nominate those big stars, they come to your awards show. It works out really well. Now, this show I love. I blow through every time they release a new season on Hulu, even though it sends me into a dark depression that I then have to pull myself out of. Handmaid's Tale. It's been such a big awards show favorite in the past. It has broken records in terms of nominations, in terms of wins. What do we think could happen for season 2?
I think Handmaid's Tale is sure to get in there. Absolutely. It is, I mean, it's an Emmy favorite. It's a Globe favorite. People love seeing those stars. They are familiar faces. So I do think that that will get in there for Best Show. I also think we could see nominations for Elizabeth Moss, as well as several of the other supporting actresses. It's a phenomenal show. There's no doubt it's an amazing show. So it will absolutely get in there, in my opinion. It's great.
Yeah, it's great. And you know what? The thing about that show is it really racks up that number of nominations because it has such an ensemble cast full of a variety of really, really talented actors. You know, there's just so many people. You look at a show like, you know, Killing Eve, Sandra's really the star everybody knows, but on Handmaid's Tale, everyone's grown to love all of these actors and characters, though they do really say Elizabeth Moss is the leader of that crew. They always all turn to her. They say that in interviews. Let's talk about a show kind of having its swan song. A series finale aired. So that always means it could get some awards love, The Americans.
Absolutely. You know what? The Americans has been such a fan favorite for its entire run. It's now over, and I think it'll definitely get in there. The Globes really do like to kind of have that nostalgia factor of this is the last time, you know, this was the last season. So I think we will definitely see a nomination for the show. I think Kerry Russell will be nominated. Matthew Rhys, obviously he won the Emmy, so I think we could see him sneak in there as well. You know what? It's a great show. It has a huge fan base, and who doesn't love seeing Matthew and Kerry walking down that carpet together?
I was just going to say I did the Emmys red carpet this year, and I interviewed them at an after party as well after he'd won. And it was just so, you feel so a part of it to see their love for each other. She's so happy for him. They're gushing about each other. They're looking so sexy on the carpet, and that show brought them together. So I think if we see nominations or wins for either of them, they're both going to be really emotional on camera in the audience, and I'm excited to see it. But so speaking of, I know, speaking of emotions, speaking of tears, This Is Us. The show's gotten a lot of nominations before, really getting acclaim for continuing to be one of the few network shows versus all these streaming shows that gets in there, that gets that acclaim. What do we think it could be nominated for this year? I think one thing This Is Us has struggled with in the past is, like we were talking about with Handmaid's Tale, that ensemble cast factor. The actors end up going against each other in these categories, not in a competitive way, but they just all get nominated, and I wonder if it splits the votes. What do you think could happen for This Is Us?
I think that is one of the biggest problems that This Is Us faces during award show season, is that it is a true ensemble show. So you often have, you know, the TV papa going up against the TV son all the time. And I think you'll see that again. I think that Sterling and Milo will both get in there for Best Actor. I think they both deserve nominations. They've been so fantastic. So I think you'll see them both in there. I think the show will be, I think it'll be the only network drama to get in there for Best Drama Series. But I do think that the Globes will celebrate the show. It's been fantastic. So I think we can definitely see all those stars sneaking in.
And we love to see them on the red carpet as well. Okay, Emily Lefkowitz, thank you so much.
Thank you.